Using UI libraries to build apps gets you up and running way faster. You can build amazing websites without worrying too much about UI. I want to show you my 5 favorite React UI libraries that you can all use completely for free. The last 2 even offer a very special feature, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome to this video on the top 5 React UI libraries. Before starting, I want to quickly touch upon the point of whether it's actually necessary to use a UI library or not. When building applications, it's definitely not necessary to use a UI library. You can 100% build up your UIs from scratch. However, libraries can help you not reinvent the wheel every time again. There are a few advantages on using libraries, and the first one is that these are proven UI elements that work because they have been built by developers and designers who know what they're doing. That doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing if you're building it yourself, but here you can be pretty sure that everything works. Second, all these libraries have been built with accessibility in mind. Accessibility is something that's often overlooked, but if you want to make sure that really everyone can enjoy and use your apps, it's essential that your apps are accessible. And also, libraries can be a cheat code to get up and running very quickly. You can very quickly sketch out a UI, build a POC, or even build out a full-fledged app using the components that these libraries offer. So let's take a look at the first one. The first library I want to show you has been around for a very long time, and it's called Chakra UI. If we take a look at their website, we can already see that they advertise that it's easy to build accessible React apps with speed. Chakra is built upon React, Emotion and Frame Emotion, and while it's 100% free, they even offer a pro tier where you can buy other components, specifically 180 plus, to build more complex UIs. However, the free tier offers more than enough, and if we take a look at it, you can install it very easily using this command, and with that you have everything ready to build with Chakra. Now, what is special about them is, first, I like that they really focus the accessible aspect of building with their components, and then they also offer a showcase of all the cool pages that have been built using Chakra, specifically the Ethereum website, FigmaConf, Udacity, and also many others that you probably have heard of. What's also cool is that they have a set of advanced examples, for example, how to integrate Formic. So if you need to use forms inside of your application and are a fan of Formic, then you get instructions how to use it, and also other things like React Hook Form, React Table, and even Storybook. But by far my favorite feature is Playground. So if you click on the Playground here, it opens up a new playground, and you can try out your components right inside here. So if I want to see how this looks with my custom settings, I can change this. I can say verified New York and change everything I want. So it's very cool and easy to get started with. So when should you use Chakra UI? I think it's one of the most versatile libraries out there because you can build more traditional websites, but also create individual looking, modern and graphic UIs. So they're really good at product showcases, like here for Typebot, which is very clearly stating this is what you can build with our product. But also if you want to have something more innovative like Ubo, you can create very custom looking UIs with Chakra as well. So it's a very powerful tool. And lastly, since it offers a lot of data display possibilities, you can also create things like dashboards with it, which can look incredible right out of the bat. So you should definitely consider checking out Chakra UI in one of your next projects. The next library is definitely one that is lesser known, and it's called Design. It's also completely free and offers some pro components that you can pay for. It is built upon React and TypeScript, and again, you install it as a complete package, but it offers some very cool functionality. Specifically, it has tree shaking built in automatically. Tree shaking means that it automatically strips away code that you're not using and prevents you from shipping that, minimizing the amount of code that actually gets shipped. Also, they offer a very cool theming support, which basically extends this library to be a complete design system. So you can switch between different themes here, set other primary colors, change the border radius of certain elements here, make it compact, default, which is just very cool. It also comes with a complete ecosystem. So for example, you can also get a charts library here where you can build very cool looking charts with it. You can already see it's made by a Chinese company. So some of the examples are showing Chinese lettering, but I think the elements look really cool. So what could you use Ant Design for? There are, again, a lot of use cases. For example, you could use it to build dashboards using the chart examples that I already showed you. We can also build very clean, minimal designs using the aesthetics that they have in their components. So I think what this library really shines in is building information-heavy dashboard designs. So if you're building one of those, definitely consider using Ant Design in one of your next projects. The next library I want to show you is called Daisy UI. And it already states that it's a component library for Tailwind CSS. So if you're using Tailwind in your projects, this library builds upon that. Again, you can install it using a single command here. And what's special about it is that it builds upon the existing Tailwind code that you have. So you can see the component that it offers. You can have navigation elements that look really good. You can have cards, which look fantastic out of the box. And if you take a look at how to use it, it's basically just changing Tailwind classes and extending upon that. So it's not using any custom UI specifically, but only extending the CSS that you have. This makes it very versatile. And what's also pretty cool is that it offers a lot of data input elements. So it offers checkboxes, radio buttons that look fantastic out of the box, which makes it a really good use case for more dynamic applications. Again, one of the very cool things that they offer is a playground, where you have Daisy UI installed and you can play around and testing all the elements that you're building. And you can see them in action and play around with them to change and preview what you are building. They even offer a store where you can buy templates for a certain price and use them to build, for example, your own blog in Astro and other technologies as well. So what are the use cases for Daisy UI? I would say it's a very versatile library since it's not using any UI component and it's not tied to React specifically, but you can use it with Tailwind and so use it for any other tech as well. Also, it's great for more dynamic applications where you need data input, where you need to provide feedback to the user because it really shines with the components that it offers there. But also it can work very nicely in a data-heavy dashboard style application. So if you're developing one of these, you should definitely consider using Daisy UI. I already told you that the last two libraries are something very special, and I want to start with the fourth one, which is shadcn. It's again a free library, but it offers something very special. Because if you take a look at the installation of this, you don't install the entire package, but you basically install every component in and of itself. And the way this works is that it doesn't simply install something, but it only copies the code into your project, creating a component right inside your project, meaning you own the code and you can change everything you want. So basically it's not a UI library, but more a set of reusable components that you can manage right inside your app. This is a very special approach. So for example, if you take a look at the button, the way you install it is using the npx command, and then all the code is copied inside of your app and you can simply import it using these commands. Now this makes it very versatile to use because you can always own the code, change it and tailor it towards your needs. And with that, you have full control over what's happening inside your app. If you take a look at a few examples here, we can already see that you can build very different apps with it. For example, here's an example for a mail app. You can see dashboards being built. You can see a form, you can see a music application. So it really can offer a lot of functionality. It can cover a lot of different use cases. And the cool thing is that you decide whether you want to use a single component, whether you want to use all of them or just a subset. What I really like is that you can have these beautiful dashboards because it offers a specific charts part where you can see many different charts covered with great examples. So if I would need to decide, I would probably lean towards more static websites showing data and dashboards, but you can also cover all the other use cases. But I really like this library because it just offers so many different components that are very well maintained, and you can just have all the control that you need. So I highly recommend trying out shadcn in one of your next applications. The last library I want to show you is probably the favorite one that I've seen recently because it combines a lot of modern looking UI with animations, which I always love. And it is called Aceternity UI. You can already see that it offers some very cool effects here in the background. You can hover over this text here to reveal it. You can see it offers this cool tracking of the name here, and some very nice background effects and animations here. Now it is built upon Next.js, Tailwind and Framer Motion again. And just like shadcn, it provides you with the capability to install components on its own without installing the entire library. So let's take a look. If we go to some components here, you can see this card spotlight, which has this very nice background effect. And you can basically install it with the CLI and just specifying I want to add this card spotlight here to my app, which will then copy all the code into your project. And you can customize it from there or just use it as is. And again, it offers so many cool effects. So for example, you want to have this glare card, which has this very cool background. You can see gradient animations here that even react to mouse hover effects. You can have a lamp effect that looks just stunningly cool. So I'd say it offers a lot of cool and modern effects that not a lot of other libraries give you. And they even added a new templates functionality here, which you can pay for, and then you get templates for full-blown applications here. But like I said, the components in and of itself already look fantastic, and you can create very cool looking applications with it. So I think where this library shines is for very card heavy applications because they offer a lot of card effects here, which make them float and look very non-standard. And this is basically how I would describe this library. It's very non-standard, very graphic, very fun. It even offers some very cool scroll animations here. So if you want to build something more modern, more specific and more special, this is one of the libraries I highly recommend checking out because you can build amazing effects and apps using it. These were 5 of my favorite React UI libraries. And I know it's a very subjective thing, so let me know in the comments which of your favorite libraries I have missed, and I'm very happy to revisit this and share even more examples in the future. Like I said, not every project needs to be built upon a UI library, but in some cases they are definitely helpful. So I would love if you'd consider using one of them inside of your projects. If you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel and like this video. That definitely helps us build more of these types of content. So if you're building something cool using one of these libraries or something else, please let us know in the comments. And until then, see you next time. Bye.